and welcome to this design practice module 19. We were discussing about the various influential dimensions in how to introduce a new line of notebooks in the in the market, which is flooded with already quite a number of products, and a CE environment has to be planned so that it can upgrade the notebook to a sort of a higher capability with a limited resource. So the price should not vary too much, but the capability should be reasonably high, which can beat the competition. So we started thinking about the various dimensions like the product features or product complexities, or even associated things related to the program structures and program future. We would now like to go for the fifth aspect of the dimensions, which is related to business relationships. So, let us see what level this operates. So, we know that relationships with suppliers are mostly of commercial transactions. So, therefore, this level can aptly be said as level A. The company buys mostly parts and assembles. So, with the suppliers, their relationship is as good as a buyer and seller, and so it is at the very basic level of operation. So, let us say we call it that relationships with suppliers are mostly commercial transactions, and therefore, we can map the existing level at level A however, just some key suppliers may be involved in a sort of a just in time relationship, as and when needed, whatever is needed they provide, and so they involve some kind of a joint developmental effort. And so, therefore, the level of business relationships in this particular case may be shifting to B, which is probably a good idea. So, this A shifting to B because of some suppliers who are there and they are trying to make a joint venture kind of a working model for promoting the just in time concepts related to such an industry. Let us also talk about the sixth dimension, which is team scope. So, obviously, there is a very good team effort. However, manufacturing is the dominant activity given the level of the product design and technology complexity, and therefore, obviously, the team scope category in this case would be rated as B. If you go back to the influential dimensions of the product, so level B indicates some kind of a dominant perspective, and here obviously it is manufacturing dominating. So, we will say that there is good team effort. However, manufacturing is the dominant player or the key player, and so level B would be the most appropriate or apt level in this situation. Manufacturing is the dominant activity, and therefore, category B could be aptly defined as the team scope level of dimension of the product. We will also talk about the two other aspects left over for the different dimensions. One is resource tightness. So, obviously, in this case the level of resource tightness is of the order of A in the beginning, maybe B later on because of price sensitivity of the product. You can't manage to have abundant resources, and in fact, strategies like just in time or inventory reduction is just with the goal of how to curtail the resources. So, the level of resources is minuscule, and we can say that the level is currently A, but moving to B, and then when we talk about schedule tightness, obviously these products based on whatever the type of market is, really need a very tight schedule. So, if you have planned a date of launch, the product should be ready at least a week before the launch. Okay. And so, we are working on very steep timelines, and therefore, it has to be extremely tight schedule that we are working on. Probably the objective of introducing more products into the market and increasing market share will lead to constrained schedules of the level of let us say C, which is going to soon go up to D, because you want to make it more want to enter another level of competitions by introducing a new line. Okay. So, remember shorter throughput time is one of the dimensions for increasing market share and profitability, and of course, the program manager has this requirement of improving the profitability of the program. So, we will say that the schedule tightness is quite constrained, is operated on a constrained schedule. You want to grab as much of market share as possible. So, let us say it was C, existing level is C, and it should go up to D. Okay. So, that is the expected level that it should go up. So, if we summarize all these influential dimensions or influencing dimensions into matrix form, let us see what happens, how many B's or how many C's are there, which will try to determine what is the average level. So, we have let us say on one side the influencing dimension, and we have all these different categories A, B, C, D, where we will see what is the existing level of the mapping. So, the first influencing dimension, that is the product complexity, we know is currently at level B. Okay. Similarly, product technology we just defined to be at level C, or let us say it was at B and it was supposed to go to level C because of the existing competition. When we talk about program structure, the current program structure is already at level C, given that you are already in the line of business. Okay. You have a large infrastructure in place, and this should be withheld at C based on whatever is the scenario right now. Remember, you have to be competitive. So, you can't afford to have any more addition in terms of size of staff, etc. So, then we talk about program futures. So, obviously, currently the program future is based on C, but the dimension is slowly moving to D in the competitive scenario. You have to make certain investment decisions in terms of automation, etc., and so therefore, it has to be a sustainable model. So, one has to think of this future. Of course, there is quite a bit of competition which is in the market, but will not so because of that competition we need to change a little bit of the other dimensions which are important here. For example, the business relationship. So, business relationship currently is at a lower level, it is only at A, because people are just sort of transaction based as far as interrelationships are concerned. However, there are certain vendors who have started this concept of moving into as and when needed please supply, and so therefore, it moves up to the level B. Similarly, if I had to look into team scope, so we know that the team scope currently is at level B and it will continue to do so for some time. There is no way that we can introduce any kind of competitive perspective here. Still it is by and large manufacturing based, and it is going to remain manufacturing based because line of notebook concerns about that manufacturing. So, then we talk about resource tightness, and obviously resource tightness is quite steep. We are going to become cost conscious, so as a company, and so therefore, one can't afford to have any more resources than what is being utilized. So, currently the level is A, but it is going to move up to B because of price sensitivity. And then of course, when we look into schedule tightness is already provided as C, but it is going to move up to D because of the extremely competitive environment in which one is operating. So, if we look at the various levels at which all these different dimensions are placed currently, we find maximum number of dimensions to be placed in level B, and so therefore, B is currently the concurrent, or it can be concluded that B is currently the concurrent engineering environment and which the system is operating right now. And of course, there is a need to increasingly migrate to C, because that will help us to gauge the various resources, or the route the various resources in a manner so that we can be participating in the fierce competition which is already there in the market. So, having said this thing that there is a certain level, we have already mapped what is the level and we have already mapped where we have to go. All it is left over now for us to see is that in phase 2, what do we tweak in terms of the different elements which comprise the concurrent engineering management environment, so that we can operate at a level C, okay, given our level B at this current juncture of time. And so, once we are able to divert resources to convert it into level C in terms of the C elements. So, we are now going to actually look at the various elements, the major elements which are going to define the concurrent engineering environment, and we will do the self assessment format or mode as we had learned in a few tables earlier related to the development methodology, the communication, the organization as such, or the requirements for the particular product. So, in this particular module, let us start understanding the criteria set for the various elements. I would just call them C elements, and as such look at the needed improvements where the resources need to be directed. So, one has to understand that the resource limitation is always of paramount consideration to all these management environment setups, and therefore, resources are not abundantly available. So, you have to justify what resources you are putting in what particular portion of the elements to grade up from level 1 to level 2, level A to level B, or B to C, whatever, so that you can ultimately meet the concurrent environment to be C as far as the influencing dimensions of the product line are concerned. So, here for example, let us look at the first aspect, that is organization. So, what kind of organization is involved in this particular product line? So, we learn a few things about the organization. One aspect is that the majority of team members are product oriented, the product manager being appointed by the management. So, let us just product oriented, manager is appointed by the management. Also, there are certain dominant members which are mostly manufacturing engineers. So, the membership, the team membership is all about those dominant members. So, probably category A. If you just recall what we had discussed in the organizational table of self assessment, we had different categories A to D, where we would talk about the various aspects of organization like team membership, team leadership, the team interaction, business relationship, teaching or educational function, or responsibility authority function, management decisions, so on and so forth. So, we are going to categorize each and every aspect of the current organization in terms of the levels at which these different sub elements are positioned for it to define the current level of the organization, and then look at some of these elements, that how given a certain influencing dimension changing from category B to category C would necessitate a sub element of this organization to go into a different category, so that we could achieve the phase 1 functions. So, that is how the concrete engineering environment is set up. So, again if we look at the other aspects of the organization, in this case the team is manufacturing engineer dominating. So, we let us say that the dominant members are manufacturing professionals, okay, in this current setup. So, it is a kind of unidirectional team. Although there are certain other advisors which you receive from time to time from design influencing disciplines, but the domination in terms of decision making is mostly done by the manufacturing. The relationships that are there at the business level with the suppliers are mostly based on purchasing. So, it is like a buy and sell kind of a relationship, probably first level again, level A. So, relationships with suppliers based on purchasing. There is some scope, however, of design and development exchanges with some key suppliers, or they are very well identified suppliers, and they are probably situated close by. So, they can go for just in time model and other things related to a certain level of interrelationship where stakeholding is involved, okay, mutual stakeholding is involved. When we talk about the training modules or training functions, training is encouraged, but mostly discipline oriented. So, in this kind of a setup, it is only the particular subject in question that is used for training purposes. There is no motivational training as such which is needed, because it is a very fixed setup. Also, there are some performance awards. And they are mostly for key individuals. So, it is an individual achievement centric setup. The organization is in that manner, and obviously there is an aspect of long term investments being made to penetrate the market. So, we will just say that long term investments are being made to penetrate the market. So, that is how we understand the various parametrics related to the organization. Regarding the second element, namely requirements, the various modalities associated are that in this case the customer requirements are documented. So, you should actually have a good need finding mechanism, and customer reviews are the basis, or the whole process is customer review centric in terms of documentation, etc. The customer needs are recognized through market surveys and competitive benchmarking. So, they have given a methodology here that needs recognized through benchmarking, market surveys, etc. Similarly, in this case the product reputation is critical. So, products will not be released unless they are ready for production. So, that is another requirement related to the schedule types. So, the reputation is critical. Remember, there is a high level of competition, and so therefore, the reliability of the product is a very major aspect to the high selling of the product or achieving of a major portion of the market share by the product. So, products will not be released unless they are ready for production. Regarding the planning scheduling, the schedules are mostly program event driven schedules. So, that maps as case B or level B in the requirement matrix. And of course, the product specifications in this case are validated through the exact customer requirements. So, that gives us or defines a level for the validation, and based on which some documentation can be made. So, this is how you work on for the requirements. Similarly, we have another communication module which talks about the various aspects related to how the data, the design data is stored at the program level. So, in the communications module, the basic design data is stored at the program level. The production information is shared across just product projects. So, we are not concerned with entrepreneurs or enterprise wide sharing of this information. So, just a local sharing is what is necessary for communication module to be just and proper. So, product information is shared across product projects. So, you can think of probably a commonality of certain designs or reuse if necessary. The team members are mostly focused on the product or project goals. So, that is how the level of communication is going to be mostly between the members on a one-on-one basis. So, that is how the communication module would be. And then finally, the development methodology that is being utilized here in this particular setup on the existing modules or existing environment is based on an objective to consider all interrelated customer requirements in the product design. So, also the data libraries in this case have been established across the program. So, let us call it program wide data sharing. Library is established. And the design methodology is documented and followed. So, there is a verification process also, which is very thorough to ensure proper performance of products delivered to the customers. So, good and proper verification process. And design documentation is being obeyed. So, this kind of brings us to a summary of all the different aspects or elements related to what is the current level of the concurrent engineering. And we will like to now rate everything in terms of again levels A, B, C and D as per the 3 or 4 tables of self assessments shared in this 4 different elements with a variety of different sub elements, and see where is the current level. So, that we can see now that based on whatever phase 1 requirements are for upgrading the level from B to C, what all sub elements can be changed in this whole matrix, so that you can have a resource allocation based on the change needed for different sub elements of this particular matrix. So, this is the more important crux of what is underneath to establish a certain CE level, and these are some sub elements where investment is needed if you want to upgrade because resources are scanty. Therefore, you pinpoint as to where those resources have to be directed, so that overall that B level of CE can change to C level of the influential dimensions of the product. So, having said that, I would like to end today's module here, but in the next module try to make a matrix based analysis of all these different phase 2 elements of concurrent engineering and try to upgrade the level, giving you clear cut indication of where the resources need to be invested. Thank you very much.